Brown hair is the second most common human hair color, after black hair. It varies from light brown to almost black hair. It is characterized by higher levels of the dark pigment eumelanin and lower levels of the pale pigment pheomelanin. Its strands are thicker than those of fair hair but not as much as those of red hair. Girls or women with brown or black hair are often referred to as brunette, which in French is the feminine form of brunet, which is the diminutive of brun. Brown hair is common among populations in Western world, especially among those from Central Europe, Southern Europe, United States and also some populations in Greater Middle East where it transitions smoothly into black hair. Brown hair is common among Australian Aborigines and Melanesians. Etymology and grammar: brunette literally means little brown-haired girl, or young brown-haired woman, but, in modern English usage, it has lost the diminutive meaning and usually refers to any brown or black-haired girl or woman, or the associated hair color. Merriam-Webster defines brunette as a person having brown or black hair with which they may have a relatively dark complexion spelled brunette when used of a boy or man and usually brunette when used of a girl or woman. Although brunette is the masculine version of the popular diminutive form used to describe a little boy or young man with brown hair, the use of brunette is uncommon in English. One is more likely to say of a man or boy, he has brown hair, or he is brown-haired, than to say, he is a brunette. The term brunette is the feminine form of the French word brunette, which is a diminutive form of brun meaning brown-haired, the feminine of which is brun. All of these terms ultimately derive from the Proto-Indo-European root bhran brown, grey. The form brun is still commonly used in Scotland, particularly in rural areas. Lighter or darker shades of brown hair may be referred to as light brunette, or dark brunette, though in such cases one is generally referring only to the hair color, not using the term as a metaphor for the person. One would be unlikely to say, she is a light brunette. Rather, one would say, she has light brown hair. Geographic distribution: brown-haired individuals are present in all of Europe. In northern and part of Central Europe medium to light brown shades are the most common, while darker shades prevail in the rest of the continent, such as the Iberian Peninsula, where it transitions into black hair. Brown hair, mostly medium to light brown shades, are also dominant in Australia, Canada and the United States among descendants of the Northern, Central and Eastern European immigrants. Similarly to blonde hair, brown hair occurs commonly among Australian Aborigine and Melanesian populations. Dark brown hair is predominant in Latin America and in the Middle East. Biochemistry: the pigment eumelanin gives brown hair its distinctive color. Brown hair has more eumelanin than blonde hair but also has much less than black. There are two different types of eumelanin, which are distinguished from each other by their pattern of polymer bonds. The two types are black eumelanin and brown eumelanin. Black eumelanin is the darkest. Brown eumelanin is much lighter than black. Black eumelanin is predominant in non-Europeans, while brown eumelanin is mostly present in Europeans, and is rarely found in people of other ethnicities. A small amount of black eumelanin in the absence of other pigments causes gray hair. A small amount of brown eumelanin in the absence of other pigments causes yellow color hair. Often, natural blonde or red hair will darken to a brown color over time. Brown-haired people have medium-thick strands of hair. Brown-haired people are thought to produce more skin-protecting eumelanin and are associated with having a more even skin tone. The range of skin colors associated with brown hair is vast, ranging from the palest of skin tones to an olive complexion. Brunettes can have dark or light eyes. Varieties of brown hair: brown hair comes in a wide variety of shades from the very darkest of brown to light brown showing small signs of blondism. Shades of brown hair include, deepest brunette, the darkest brown, which can be a very dark chestnut. Sometimes appears to be off-black at a distance. Dark brown, milk chocolate brown, chestnut brown, medium brunette to dark brown with dark auburn tones. Dark chestnut brown, light chestnut brown, medium brown, standard brunette, comparable to russet, color, brown, walnut brown, a warmer variant of medium brown, comparable to a light chestnut, medium golden brown, brown with yellowish tone. light golden brown, light golden reddish brown, a warm light brown with red tones. Light ash brown, almost blonde hair, lightest brown, light brown that goes mid-blonde in the sun, maple brown, a dark golden brown color, like maple syrup, cinnamon brown, light reddish brown color lighter than auburn, burgundy, dark brown with a deep reddish tinge. Culture, cultural connotations. In Western popular culture, a common stereotype is that brunettes are stable, serious, smart and sophisticated. A British study into hair color and the intensity of attraction found that 62% of the men participating in the study associated brown-haired women with stability and competence. Brunettes were described as independent and self-sufficient by 67% of the men, and as intelligent by 81%. According to Allure magazine, in 2005, 76% of American women believed that the first female president of the United States would have brown hair. Modern fiction. Anita Loos, the author of the novel and play Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, wrote a sequel entitled But Gentlemen Marry Brunettes. A film of this was made, Gentlemen Marry Brunettes, starring Jane Russell and Jan Crane. Art and fiction. The Lady of Shalott from Lord Tennyson's poem is depicted as a brunette in most paintings. Leonardo da Vinci's most famous painting the Mona Lisa is also brunette. In the French folk song Au clair de la lune, the likable Lubin visits his brunette neighbor at Pierrette's suggestion. In the Irish song The Star of the County Down the narrator falls in love with a woman with nut brown hair, called Rose McCann. The Doctor, the eponymous character of Doctor Who, is able to regenerate his body and has had brown hair in 7 of his incarnations, including the first 3 Doctors that have appeared in the revived series. Rivalry with blondes. In popular culture, brunettes may be portrayed as being in a rivalry or competition with blonde women. The rivalry may take the form of competitive sports or as part of a love triangle in which a blonde and a brunette woman compete for the affections of a man. See also, hair color, human skin color, black hair, melanin, references. External links.